Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a good day. Today, we're going to talk about the trade events in the Pokemon Center. I was actually really looking forward to it. I did have some good and bad experience with it, so just want to kind of put it out there. For the majority of the part, the expected trade, it was good. It was the unexpected trade or forced trade section part of it that makes it bad. It probably tainted with the whole Pokemon Center checkout process and stuff that kind of like mix it together. So what happened was, if you follow my previous video, we bought too much stuff in Pokemon Center for us to carry. Most likely because we had three huge jumbo items from the lottery results that we were not anticipating to carry. There's two of us. We have the Pokemon Center purchase as well as there's two ETBs. So we basically won the jukebox twice, and we won the statue, and we won the two ETBs. On top of it, we have our regular Pokemon Center haul. Before we redeem the price for the vouchers, we already knew we cannot buy the boogie ball or skateboard, which are the other items that we really want to buy. But because I kind of wanted to save room in case the redemption items are big, I didn't buy those, and it's still too big for us to carry. So we figure out Halsey has a trade going on. It's basically almost throughout the whole day. So we figure out we can go there and see if we can trade. There was no line on day one. It was like probably around 11 before lunchtime. It's not crowded. The next following 2 days, there is a huge line to go to the trade section. By the way, I guess they cap on people or something. I'm not sure, but there was a huge line, and I don't know how that line works because, of course, clearly I didn't line up for it. So I only go at it when there is no line. The staff at the front ask if we want a table or we just want to walk around. My husband answered, not me, saying he wants to walk around. I thought he is being unreasonable because I can't do it. So he went to the section to look around while I told him, I was like, I can't walk around. I need a table so that I can do the setup. He can la la land walk around while I set up and trade something away because I need to get rid of one jukebox ASAP. Not because I don't love the jukebox, we had two. There's reasonably, it wouldn't fit in our suitcases unless I do some crazy stuff. And I'm not into doing crazy stuff at that point. It was only day one. I was stressed. He was not thinking. He's more like a kid to me than a husband in some sense. So he just like want to experience while I was being reasonable and try to like, kind of like tame him and just like kind of like pull him back a little bit. So he was like, okay, fine. So then we registered the table under my name. It was a seamless process. They just had a hard time finding us a table, in short, because they want to put us in the crowd area. I almost want to like say, I don't care, just put me on the table. I need to feel my hands again, for lack of way saying, because I was carrying more than him. Anyway, we don't have a backpack. We just have whatever that we were carrying from Pokemon Center because we were trying to travel light into the Pokemon Center. Of course, I don't have my tray binder at that point, and I don't have the basically my slabs and everything. I have nothing basically besides what we just purchased in Pokemon Center. The idea was we lived less than 5 minutes away, and we could just he can go and grab my tray binder and stuff while I do the setup, or he can look around while I do setup. Whatever it is, like one person watch the stuff, the other person go trade. That was our first beginning initial, and the staff was like, oh yeah, you should trade that off, like if you can carry it, like we understand. So at that point at the registration, because the rule was, at least we thought it was, is you can trade anything that is authentic, including plushies. It's not just only limited to cards. You can trade anything that, as long as it's plushies and stuff that is authorized as like authentic Pokemon centers, like Pokemon stuff, you could trade at that event. It was different from previous years because I think previous years is only cards. This year the rule clearly says plushies and stuff because I did ask my husband, should I bring my plushies? Because I have a couple plushies that I could have trade. He was like, he's laughing at me because he thought it's not possible, and I showed him a screenshot of that before, so I knew it's possible. And the staff at the registration of the table, it didn't make it makes it sound like it's possible, right? So we were setting up. I was kind of trying to put all the items, big items, together because I figure if there has a bubble meal that he wanted the most, and someone wanted jukebox for a bubble meal, or all jukebox and statue for the bubble meal, he probably would do it. I won't, but he would. So that's the idea. So I put everything up on the table and see if we got bubble meal, right? So there were some interest that people are interested in the pins, the binder, the plushies. Most people are interested in the plushies. For some reason, they don't like Fennekin. I don't know why. So it was a free friends together and two guys basically out of the free friends doing the trade with us. When after we shipped on it, one of the staff was saying, "Did you just buy these from Pokemon Center?" We were like, "Yeah." He's like, "You can trade those." And then I was like, question mark, question mark, question mark. But I'm kind of like the obedience accepting type, kind of. So I was like, okay, but like, and then he's like circling around like a hawk in our area for some reason after that. And then I told the guys, I was like, what do you want to do? Like, because he's watching, and apparently we're not supposed to, which I did, the rules didn't say that. So I was kind of confused, and I didn't try to confront, of course, because in theory, I could pull out a screenshot as like it says it's doable. I don't want to be in that confrontation. I'm like I said, I'm the obedient type, like accepting type. So we just finished it in a rush, kind of. And it was for the plushies, which is again the rule actually has the word plush there, and the binder, tray binder, which I don't see why because it's just TCG supplies. We didn't do anything with the statue of the jukebox at that point. We traded for I'll put in the picture here. I think it's like a couple cards that I won, but basically my cards, not my husband's card. He kind of wanted Celebi. My husband kind of wanted Celebi too. But it's mostly like my style of the cards that I want. Not his bubble me, of course. So we traded a couple pins. I'll put the value here for these cards, that the total value. We traded at MSRP. We didn't scalp. We just traded at MSRP because we tried to unload and we got extras anyway. Like most of it got two, right? Like we said. So the plushies and stuff. So it was fine because I don't want to carry the plushies at that point. I literally don't want to carry anything at that point because like we just need to go and just get rid of the jukebox, and if it meant the plushies as well, that's fine, kind of. So that was a good trade. It was actually our first two trade in our life, so that was awesome. It's only a little bit sour on the whole like unexpected you can trade that stuff thing. If it were me at work, I'd probably be more confrontation. But it was me in a in a non-work situation, so then I just can't take it. And then at that point, since we figured out the jukebox and statue cannot happen, and actually someone approaches and say they're interested in the jukebox, we're like, okay, let's leave because I'm just like not feeling it, because you can't do it in that hall. We already got rid of at that point, I think, one binder, three plush, and two pins or something along the line of that. Maybe three pins, actually, three pins, because the girl wanted her pin. So we traded the cards, and we just kind of like left. The guy kind of go along with us because he was interested in the jukebox. And so the idea was 150 because it's like I think it's 129.99 plus tax. So he's willing to trade, well, to make the monetary exchange of 150 plus a meal card, which my husband was not interested in that meal card because he already had it. He was like, it's in the ETB, we already have it. But throw in a card, so why not, kind of. Turns out that card actually has a little dent, but I would assume it's probably like not a dent, it's like too big scratch, like not scratch, but like dimples, two big dimples in the middle of the car at the back. I was not paying attention. I just wanted to get rid of the jukebox. As long as 150, I was like, I'm not losing money. I'm just going to go ahead with it, kind of. So it's supposed to be a $200 value, but that car is not $200 value. So anyway, that's the first trade slash sales that we did. So yeah, that was the first day on the trade event. We came back with the two ETBs that we won the second day morning. And my husband is still la la land, is like looking slowly, like at his own pace. I saw a couple items I was interested, but I can't do it because most of them are Japanese card, and we assume we didn't ask. I'm an introvert, by the way, guys. So I didn't. I'm an introvert until someone put me in a position that I cannot be an introvert. So for the most part, I am an introvert. So it's Japanese cards, and you guys knew we start collecting Japanese cards first before we switch to English in the recent years because we can get Japanese products. So there were a couple like Jumbo Pikachu and stuff that I really wanted, but my husband's like, it's not gonna happen because you only have two ETB box to trade. I had my binder, but then my binder is pathetic binder, so he was like, no one will want your stuff. Yours is English. It's not Japanese card. No one will want your stuff, so just forget it. And then I was like, I was like drooling on the Japanese items, but that I cannot get. We actually look at this a couple. I think simplified Chinese product as well. Because we were trying to acquire the simplified Chinese products. We also have a couple of traditional Chinese products as well. And my husband like keep looking at it, like, hey, we have this. This is how much and stuff. Because he's the one that kind of keep looking at the value before he sleep at night time. Because I bought a box of the traditional Chinese 5th anniversary before I flew back last year. And he told me you don't need an extra box. I was like, no, I need an extra box in case we got divorced. So I need that extra box. I keep saying that. The reason why I said that was because when we broke up, when we were dating back then, there's a whole couple years of cars that we didn't get. So we kind of I regretted it because those are now considered vintage, and I was like, I'm gonna get two sets no matter what happened now these days, where possible. So I got like two boxes of anniversary. So in theory, we could trade one. He's like, look at that, that's the expensive one. And we also got two boxes of the Charizard stuff. He's like, look at that, they have that. So that was fun for him, not me, because I was carrying the stuff. Not the bulk, because this is the second day. We did trade. I found a table. There's one guy having the this year Anaheim card, which is apparently allowed because the jukebox is not, but they allowed to trade the Paradise Resort that we collected. As you guys kind of watched my channel, we collected those World Championship cards. Like we tried to collect the lower valued item cards where possible because we're cheap. But he had it. It's not mint. He already opened it from the promo, and the corner is really dense, like nicked. It's probably like a 8, maybe a 9 if you're lucky card condition wise. But we wanted to get rid of our two ETBs anyway, so two ETBs, Pokemon Center, that's probably like $60 each. So we talk about 120 values. We were able to trade the French, the Portuguese, and the Spanish card. All three of those cards with the two ETBs. So let me know what you guys think, if that's a good trade or not. So that's our day 2 trade, I believe. Did we do a day 3? No, he went to the trade section in the morning on day 3 while I was grinding side events, which I'll do a separate video about side events. But he went day 3 and he took a picture, and I want to slap him at that point because he didn't tell me until after we left in the airport. But that was a staff card. You know, how I am into staff cards. For some of you guys, like I'm into stamped cards in general, not just staff, but staff is one of the stamp. I love to collect variations of the card with different stamps in general. So he didn't tell me until he was in the airport. But that was some of those rare cards that you can see in the trade area if you were there and if people are willing to trade. I don't know what's the equivalent of trade value people looking at those cars. I'm assuming the same as eBay and stuff. I don't know how it really works because of our limited experience. Because we did, you can count as 4 or you can count as 2 trade, like by days. So yeah, so we are newbies, we are trading, but we were having extremely fun for the majority of the part if there were no supervision in that sense, or unclear supervision, I guess, in that sense too. It was not clear because I'm still baffled at the part that they say you can trade plushies and other authentic, like authorized items, and then you cannot trade the stuff you just buy in Pokemon Center. But then you can trade the Paradise Resort that you just won, including the staff card. Like, clearly they can do that. It was, to me, a double standard, and I don't like double standard, by the way. I don't like gray areas in double standard. So I think that's something it could be improved. I don't know if it varies by staff or the staff didn't get a memo you could trade items beyond cards. I just thought it was it adds on the part that the experience of the trading was not great. It's just that first part, the not understanding and stuff just makes it not great. It's not like we're trying to scalp. And I try to do it in the trade section because I'm pretty sure if we go to the hotel lobby, we probably can get like way more value than that. Like the jukebox will not be 150 we were trying to scalp. And I hope we don't sell to a scalper, by the way. I hope it was all like real Pokemon fans. So yeah, let me know what you guys think if we did something extremely stupid, and what you guys think about the whole like blurry guidelines in terms of what you can trade and what you can't trade, and if it's like a staffing thing, not reading the memo, or if you think I should confront actually even bother to. Let me know what you guys think and give me a like and subscribe. Until next time, have a good one, guys. Bye.